Okay, we're going to talk a little bit here about some crops look wonderful. Squash bugs are pretty common. With a squash bug, what happens, you have to catch them early in the year. And they're not going to reproduce throughout the year. So if you pick them and get as many as you can early in the year, you're safe. And then when you have something like that, it's best just to burn it if it's legal here to do this, or get rid of it, get it away from your plants, because that's disease infested, can affect some of the other plants. We talked about companion planting too, so if you have even different varieties of squash plants or in the same relatives of it, the squash bug is going to come over here and say, hey, you know, food's done over here, kabang. Let's move all of our relatives and kids and new babies over here. And so they just move and migrate from place to place, and that's why they hit these. So when you see them, you see any type of a diseased plant like that, just get rid of it, pull it up, take it away from your whole garden. I mean, everything else is looking nice. I mean, we're in the heat of Texas weather right now. So your chard, I mean, that could be in a full sun, but also if that was semi-protected, it would be a little nicer. You got your lemon balm over there, that looks really nice. Tomatoes are looking good. You got a little fig tree that looks nice.
Yeah, we need to get in something bigger because I think it's getting root bound.
Yeah.
We were going to plant it over along the fence, and I just haven't gotten a hold of to plant it.
Well, and that's all right too, but let's talk about soil impaction, because this is the biggest thing that I talk about. Notice how many red ants are here.
Yeah.
Okay, red ants, I don't see very many red ants in our special mix. Right here, soil impaction is one of the worst things that can happen to your veggies, because what will happen is they'll look nice for a while, and then all of a sudden later on in the year they just start drooping and look bad. It's because we have some real soil impaction right here. You should be able to put your finger down there and push and just go right down and just feel a nice loaminess. This is not too dry. There's nothing wrong with this at all. It's damp. See that? But I feel that you have a good mixture of clay in here too. So whatever's in that mix, they put a lot of clay in there. See how it goes like this? But this is what causes disease and what bugs love, because when your roots, whatever they underground, becomes anaerobic, without oxygen, starved or depleted of oxygen, it's just the breeding grounds for disease and bug infestation. So the idea is that we have enough oxygen, we have enough loaminess in the soil, enough microbes, enough spores, enough warriors at the root web, you know, that root fungus down there. So they're all functioning, and that friendly planet there at the root web is healthy and strong to be able to repel bad microorganisms and things like this. And you'll see, just like in your bushes, it'll get strong and healthy. Like over here, you'll see your leaves getting nice. Yeah, nice sheen on them. And the stronger your leaf is, the broader, the more beautiful. You know, you're just going to bring in the photosynthesis from the sun. What's so amazing about the fungus root that we use in our trainings, that goes right down into the root web, right under this plant. And it's so amazing because fungi, mushrooms, need a host plant. You know, but there's no competition. They do not rob and steal nutrients from that plant, but they have to have a host. They can't live without that plant. So actually, what happens, those fungi spores will go right up into, it's what they call endor spores, they go right up into the root web. Then they help elongate your roots also. And so then it can break down the micronutrients. But to do that, it needs a nice loamy soil. And this is really not that bad right here.
Now this is more of a mushroom compost mix. It's got less of the garden mix.
Over here, okay.
This has more. This is more of a mushroom compost over here.
Now, see, this was wonderful. What you do, you try different things. We're talking about this with Jonathan. I said, sometimes you take a portion of your garden, you do this, and you do another thing over there. Notice how things are growing. Your onions look beautiful this time of the year. This is very nice.
These were just green onions I bought in the store that I Put in the ground.
But remember, you cut all the tops off of them,
Yeah.
and we planted them out here just to grow new tops.
Yeah.
And
So you did. You cut the tops off, and these are all regrown.
Yeah.
Wow. But I can tell right away when you see the soil impaction over there and here. Like I didn't even know that you had two different kinds of substrate, but this is very nice right here. And this is again just your mushroom. Smells good too. And those are the things that I continually do. I just do research and development like